Well, I keep thinking about it. I keep thinking about, ever since you mentioned that, yeah, this lock is fine. It's good. It's something. But why not secure it a little bit better? Why not secure it a little bit better with another lock right there? I think I'm going to do that too. You were talking about doing that. So that's going to be the project for the day. Let's go to Home Depot and see what they got. Alright, so I picked up this latch post Hasp 6-inch. They had a smaller one, but I went with the bigger one. Smaller one looks like it would have worked pretty good, but this one looked a little beefier. A little bit beefier than the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little screws here and I'm going to throw them in my screw bin below, because I don't want some crowbar coming up here and just popping this thing right off. So I opted for using some bolts. I actually got these bolts for something else, a different project. So I'll set these aside. Set those aside. And the bolts that I got for this project are a little bit longer. 4-inch bolts. So I will use those to go through here. So the one thing about this is, of course, it is kind of shiny, you know, instead of the matching nice brown-headed bolts. But I wanted this to go all the way through and bolt down on the other end for a lot more strength. And what I'm going to have to make sure of is that this will still, with the bolts on there, yeah, it'll still latch real nicely. So I might just paint these brown or something, we'll see. But anyway, and same thing with this one here. I will put the bigger bolts in there as long as they barely go in there. They'll have to, I may have to drill these holes out just a little bit bigger. Don't go away, you can go your own way. Na 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 na. Alright, so let's just guess this one. The 1/4-inch drill bit. Yeah, that doesn't go in there. So I am going to go ahead and drill these out just a tiny bit. See if these bolts will fit in now. Grab a bolt. Oh yeah, just the right size. Just needs a little tiny bit over what was there. The other side. And that should do it. Okay, now our bolts will fit in there nicely. Alright, now it's going in flat. And that will close nice. Yeah, looks good. So now it's time to install this sucker. As you can see, let me put this in the area. Since I have a lip here that has to go flush in order to close, I can't really have any bolts on this part. So I need the bolts to go all the way through, and that's why I got the 4-inch ones, because they're going to go pretty deep. I need this piece to be far enough over to miss this flush part right here and go through the deep part. So that means I'm going to have this latch all the way over here. That should be good right there, right on the edge. And so I'm going to start with putting this one on first. And I think what I'm going to do, let's see, how high do I want that? Right here, up here. Doesn't really matter, but I guess I think I'm going to go right about there. I like it right there. All right, so since I have black trim, I brought a white pen to mark, and I've got 4 dots, 4 white dots. I'm going to use a center punch and my glasses since I can't see anything, and I'm going to make a spot right on that white dot to help guide my drill bit a little bit, just to make a pilot hole. So there's a center punch right there, right on the white dot. There we go. 2 more. Make sure that, yep, I didn't go through on the other side there. I mean, I didn't, I'm on the other side of that metal frame there. And the last pilot hole here. Perfecto. Okay, I am now going to take the larger drill bit, straight as I can. 3 more to go. Let's go through that one. Let's do this one. Came out. Oh, it looks good. It's good enough. It went in at a little bit of an angle, but that's all right. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Okay, all 4 bolts are on. I'll grab some washers and nuts for those. So, I don't know, this might seem a little bit like overkill, but I just didn't like those little screws that came with it. Of course, they don't want to include bolts like this in the kit because that probably costs too much money. I was having trouble going on. I might have marred up the edge of it a little bit when I put it through there. I don't know. Maybe I'll grab a wrench. Oh yeah, it's going on. Just needed to get over the edge a little bit. There we go. I'll probably cut these off after the install, just to make a little cleaner look. Have this part on. That thing still spins. You could get the stationary where this is always right there, or to spin it so that the hasp will stay on without the door flying open if you want it. I went ahead and got the spinner. It's like $1 more or something. Right to that there. So I'm gonna try to get a center dot on there. I think that looks pretty good. Just double check that. With that right there on the center of the dots. That looks like it goes right on there. So I think I'll go with that. So I think I will go ahead and center punch these holes. Drill a center one in there. Two. Three. 4. Probably put this on YouTube. And if I do that, this was my cousin Glenn's idea to have a little bit more security for this shed that has absolutely nothing of value in it. I'm just doing it for the fun of it. Okay, there we go. Okay, now that we drilled these holes out, let's make them slightly bigger. You know, I may have to check the other side of that. Ream that hole out a little bit from the other side, I think. Going through from both sides might help these bolts go through better. Let's find out. Kind of like I really like the design of these hinges, since once you put the bolts in, they're all covered up by the hinge itself, and when it lasps over to the other side, it covers up the other bolts. So I may not even bother painting them, since when it's closed it looks just fine. I don't even need to hammer these bolts. I could probably say that in the last one. Maybe the last two I'm going to need to. The last one's probably going to be the hardest one to get in, since bound up there. Not bad though. And there we go. Okay, washer, 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 dryer, no, washer, nut, another nut, mounds, almond joy's got nuts, mounds don't. And the last nut for 4 total nuts, double what a man has. This should be very secure. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a socket on the other side of it because the whole head is turning on this one. The other one tightened up fine, but for some reason this one was not snugging down very good. It is with something holding it on the other side though. There we go, nice and tight. Everything looks good. All right, now the moment of truth. Let's take the camera out here. Goes on there nicely. And matches the trim very nicely. And I'm very happy with it. All right, so I am gonna put my alloy hardened steel padlock on here and call it a day. Now look at that. Now we have increased security. I like how when this is closed that it's covering up the bolt heads, all of the bolt heads, and for that matter it would have covered up the screws as well. But what I was afraid of is somebody sticking a crowbar in here and just ripping those screws right out of there. So that's why I opted for a little more work to put it on, but going all the way through and bolting the whole thing on. And so now that just increases the security. Here we have over and out, mission accomplished. Yeah, I like it.